This is New Jersey.
St. Nicholas here at Allaire Village, welcoming all of our Christmas celebrations and saying hello to the children and the adults as well. Well, St. Nicholas was a bishop in Turkey that was very much concerned about poor people and giving them a joyous time of year, at least at Christmas. Small gifts and small trinkets. He really started the whole operation. And most all of the goodwill that we have at Christmas time was a result of St. Nicholas. I'm really chairman of the board. My real name is Bill Gerhauser. I'm chairman of the board of trustees and have the responsibility for trying to keep this place on an even keel. I've been retired a number of years. I live in Hamilton in Mercer County and been actively volunteering here since, I'd say about 1978, something like that. Here at Allaire, we celebrate Christmas and the 4th of July and Thanksgiving and all throughout the year. Many programs, we do some 60 programs a year, and we welcome everyone to come and be with us. But Christmas is always special. We'll do the Christmas lantern tours in the next 2 weeks at night. In the village is just a special place when it's decorated for Christmas and all illuminated with candles and the like. And today and yesterday we did our Christmas at Allaire, where we welcome the kids and St. Nicholas says hello. And there's a great musical program in the church. It's dancing and merriment. The children enjoy themselves and so do the adults. I always think of my grandfather, who was just this wonderful, wonderful old gentleman. And his favorite game he used to play with me was hang some cotton from inside the chimney, hanging down like whiskers. And I used to be able to run into the room, and before I looked at the tree or looked at the gifts under the tree, I went to see if there was any whiskers hanging in the chimney, and there always was. He never disappointed me.
I'm decorating Moravian spice cookies that I made yesterday on the hearth. They are being decorated for the villagers that volunteer their time here at Allaire Village. It's 1836. Jackson is president. The village itself is it's the most prosperous year. Our general store has a host of stuff imported straight from New York City, so we didn't have to worry about whether or not we could have spices to make things like gingerbread or Moravian spice. Mr. Allaire imported everything directly from New York City. We didn't have to even worry about spinning our own clothes because it was all free fabric, already made, ready to be cut. I'm a graduate student getting my master's in history. I'm also a full-time employee of a bank.
Wow.
I was 8 years old here on a church picnic, and I saw some woman washing clothes the old-fashioned way, and I was like, oh my God, that's so much fun. And then my mom donated me to Allaire Village.
How old were you then? You were 8 then?
8.
So you started working when you were 8?
Yes, I was a volunteer at 8 years old, and I've been here for 21 years. I do this for fun on the weekends.
blacksmith here at Howell Village. My husband died fairly recently, and because of this, I must go back into the industry where he worked in order to support myself and our children. Outside the ground of a lair, my name's Catherine Muller. I'm a graduate student at Monmouth University, and I work here on the weekends, partially because it's fun, and also I was originally drawn in because I study archaeology, and I was curious to see what things looked like when they were first made versus after I'd seen them 200 years rusting in the ground. And I've always kind of been interested in industry and industrial trades, and there's no better way, in my opinion, to learn about history than hands-on. While blacksmithing is generally thought of as a male vocational trade, there were as many women in it as there were men. If you go back through history, women were involved just as much, if not more so, behind the scenes. They'd pump the bellows, they'd break up the ore. It's almost as easy for a woman to do the trade as a man. It doesn't take a lot of muscle strength. It's mainly in your mind, how you bend things, how you work metal. It bends just as easily when it's hot for a woman as it does for a man. There was a female blacksmith here in the 1820s. Mary Fowler and her sister Patty Fowler worked in the industry here, and which I'm generally assuming means being a blacksmith. In the 1830s, there was a very famous woman out of Trenton, and she had so many people coming to gawk at her in her blacksmith shop that she had to set up a safety rail to keep them out of her way. During the Civil War, there were 3 sisters who set up a blacksmith shop in Georgia, and they hired only women and usually only freed slaves. So they were a little scandalous, especially because most of them weren't married.
This is actually it's a German saber. It's from 1820. It's an original saber from 1820. Still functional, still fully works. It shows the workmanship in those days. This is typically a cavalry saber used from horseback, but often they use them on foot too in a situation like this. It's a very devastating weapon. It was copied from the British saber of 1796. I'm the captain of the militia. My name is Timothy Brown. The militia here is to basically protect the village from criminals for the most part. Outside of the village, I am a printer by trade, and I live closer to Philadelphia, actually in Burlington County. But I've been doing reenacting all my life, and I still do that. I do things with young children as a Revolutionary War soldier versus the 1830s we do here. But my life outside is raising 2 kids and working a printer's job. That's basically my life. My favorite Christmas memory is the day I surprised them and Santa was at our house when they were about 3 and 5. And they just were beside themselves that Santa showed up at our house during the day. And so they got to see him.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, very good. It felt like I did something, made them really happy, and hopefully it stuck with them too.
I am a hearth cook in the manager's house. Cooking Christmas dinner. So far we've done a chicken on a string, a duck on the tin kitchen, which dates to colonial times, and a spicy strawberry jam cake, scalloped potatoes, and a stuffing. Everybody comes in and we have dinner together. I hate the last 2-3 events because I love it here.
Martin said to his men, fill thou the cup and I the can. Thou hast well drunken, man, who's the fool now? I saw a maid milk a bull, I'm glad they shut the door. 5 men 5, saw a maid milk a bull. Who's the fool now? You're not singing with me. Who's the fool now? Thank you. Saw a maid milk a bull, every stroke a bucket full. Thou hast been drunken and who's the fool now? I saw a flea heave a tree, 5 and 5.
It is a town on the rebound. The historical village, which is basically right here, is starting to do is coming a rebirth and starting to come into the 21st century. Name's John Converse from Medford, New Jersey. Recently moved here from Marlton, New Jersey. It's the Dickens Festival. It's the 23rd year. It's the second year that the Medford Sunrise Rotary Club and Habitat for Humanity in Burlington County are sponsoring the event and hosting the event. It starts at 6 o'clock, goes to 10 o'clock. This year, Santa Claus has been moved out of the gazebo, and we've now created a home for him to be in. The gentleman that turned his funeral home, Lechner's Funeral Home, will have a Polar Express train set up in there with the movie playing. There'll be movies outside as kids wait in line to get in.
Kids are going to come in this way. They're cruising through.
My name is Richard Lechner, and right now you're in the front parlor of the Lechner Funeral Home, which is now being changed over to the North Pole for a visit from Santa.
They cruise along. They're shooting through here.
It's a great thing for the funeral home to do because it turns it into a happy building. You saw we covered the signs, the whole bit. We've taken away the atmosphere of the funeral home to bring it to the North Pole atmosphere. So,
And voila.
Medford's 42 square miles. The village that you're in right now just basically goes from Route 70 up to where Harriet's Oil is, to the top of the hill. And the rest of it, there's shopping districts throughout the township, and there's a lot of developments in Medford, especially on the south side of Medford where homes are and things like that. And those homes were specifically designed to leave as much of the woods intact as humanly possible. So it really works out nicely. There are people that I've known here for 40-some years, 45 years. And when you see them, you stop, you talk to them. It's just a really nice feeling. They know who you are, you know who they are. It's just a really nice thing. Whenever it snows in Medford during the winter, it's always a lot of fun because there's a lot of places to sled. There's a lot of places to take your kids. It's just a really nice, there's a lot of woods to walk through. It's just really a nice place to spend the Christmas holidays.
Medford is just a great little town. It's a quiet town. You know, everybody's very friendly. It's a very community-oriented town. The Dickens Festival is probably the best night there is in Medford. It's something I've been going to since I was a little girl. The Dickens Festival really is my holiday memory. It's my Christmas memory. You know, it kind of started the whole Christmas is really coming because we went to the Dickens Festival. You know, so it really plays an important part in the Christmas holiday here in Medford.
Hi, my name is Greg Parker, and I live just about 4 miles from here in Tabernacle, New Jersey. I've been living down here in South Jersey since 1984. I've been asked several times to do this, but this is the first year that I haven't already been booked when they asked me. So I'm available tonight, and I'm looking forward to singing with Jerry Mingori.
Well, maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to outshoot someone who outdrew you. It's not a cry that you hear at night, and it's not someone who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, hallelujah.
Probably my favorite Christmas that I ever had that I remember. I was about 21 years old, and I was visiting with a girlfriend up in Pennsylvania, where they own about 400 acres of land, and they have 5 or 6 houses on the lake, and every year they have Christmas at a different person's house. And they met me at the door that morning, Christmas morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, handed me a beer, and we proceeded into a huge breakfast. And the way the events went down, they started with the oldest member of the family. The oldest member opened their gifts, then the next oldest, and the next oldest, and it drove the kids nuts, but it was really nice. It took all day to do because it's a big family, and it was really nice to see the patience, and everybody got to enjoy everybody else opening their presents, instead of your basic rip and tear and plunder and pillage that usually goes on.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. And a little shadow whiskey. Hot dogs.
Pulled pork sandwiches. More likely chef because Murphy's has the best smoked product in all of South Jersey.
I serve hot dogs, hamburgers, steak, sausage, french fries. Cotton candy's one of the top ones for the night, and hot chocolate. But as you can see, the weather's a little nicer this year, so they might be drinking water and sodas, who knows. My name's Nancy Bond, and I'm with Bondi's Concessions. We're in Medford, New Jersey, celebrating the Christmas holiday with the Dickens Festival.
Do you have a favorite Christmas or holiday memory that comes to mind?
Yep, I sure do.
What is it?
It's a night that I spent the entire night awake waiting for Santa to come when I was a little kid, and I wanted the mousetrap game. That was the thing I wanted the most in the world. I got up in the morning, went out, opened it up, and vomited all over it. That is the thing I most remember about the holidays. I know that's funny, but I was like so excited.
It falls again, fill up the stockings. I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now, right now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the windows, carols out the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Thank you, sir. You got it.
Yes.
What do you want?
I want a 3DS and a.
Is that all you want?
Just one thing?
Nope. And,
What's the other thing?
and a.
Can't think of it right now.
That stage fright? All right, what's your sister want? Avery, what do you want?
I like Easy Bake Oven
My
and
favorite.
Monster Girls and Bats. I want a Slurpee maker, a Mario Wii game, and a PSP.
No, I don't. I want a Mario game. Will I stick a Mario game at a 3DS and a motorcycle game?
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna have.
Here we go.
Good job.
Everybody say Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Ho, That's a good one. You guys been good?
Yes.
Yeah? What, you don't want anything in particular for Christmas?
I want a 3DS and a Mario game
My name is Rick Bragg. I'm a local from Manahawkin, and since 1961. Fridays are typically busy for us, and usually the Friday before the holiday is the big crunch day. So I've played plumber today because the sink's backed up, and you know, all the little fires we have to put out. But all in all, it's running pretty smooth. There's a big black cloud over Manahawkin.
My name is Jan Ryan, and I live right here in Manahawkin. I'm getting my hair done. Have to look good for the holidays. We have a whole lot of people coming over, family, friends. Also, during the next week, we also will be going places, seeing more families. So you have to look good.
I think it's good for your spirit, you know, and not only that, you always, fortunately, either are invited some way, or of course other years have people come, and you do like to look your best, because after a harrowing couple of weeks of getting prepared, not quite the same. I always just have my hair washed and set, and then maybe twice a year I get it permed. My name is Louise Lambertson, and I'm living now retired down on Cedar Bonnet Island. I'm 90.
What's your secret? You're 90. What's your secret?
Oh, well, I really don't know. Just, you know, I'm happy with whatever I have. I'm thankful for good health, and I've got good friends, and I hope I'm a good Christian.
My name is Kathy Riley, and I live here in Manahawkin. I had a client that came in today, and she knows that I was displaced, you know, because actually we all were. I live on Mill Creek Road, and it was just, you know, devastated by Sandy. And I guess she just wanted to remind me that it's okay and things are going to be okay. I have a pretty positive attitude, but she gave me this card. Kathy, it says, 2012 has been a year for change for you. You changed your job, your daughter came home, your son graduated, and Sandy displaced you and damaged your home. From each of the changes, you have risen above it all. This gift gives you a reminder that change can have some beauty, no matter how it happens. Merry Christmas to you and your family, your Mill Creek amigos. And then she just wrote her name. And she wanted me to have the card first beforehand. And then she gave me a butterfly to remind you that you start out in the cocoon and it changes into something beautiful. So it really means a lot to me. It means a real lot that she cared enough. Your clients care so much about you and make sure that you're okay just as much as we want to make sure that they're okay. So it's kind of cool. I really appreciate it.
I am Todd Kostrup, Surf City resident. I think it's a reflection of your inner self. You're trying to obviously, for once, make sure your exterior matches maybe your interior. That's my personal thing. And I think you're going to see a lot of loved ones and everything, and you want to be your best. You want to obviously spread love, and you want to be the best person you can be.
Do you have a favorite Christmas memory? Something that pops into your mind when I ask you that question?
Absolutely. I was sitting on Santa's lap, and my younger sister decided to join me, and she was probably about 2. I was like 4 1/2, and she cried so bad that the entire store came running over, wanted to know if there was an emergency, and I have a picture of that moment. The photographer snapped it real quick, her screaming and crying, and me basically looking at her like, what's your problem? This guy's going to give us presents. So I don't know what you're doing. So that's a moment that'll live forever.
We are exactly what you see, bruised and scraped up knees. Still we find our way. Some come as quickly as they go. Some choose their own roads. Still they find their way. And God knows how hard it is to lose. Pray to whichever one you choose, that you will find your way. Now we find our 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 way.